Welcome back to the Clever Pixel channel. We have another video, and let me tell you, it's a wild one. We're talking body swap people. You know that intriguing scenario where you wake up and find yourself in someone else's body? Yeah, well, today we're diving deep into the fascinating reality of what would actually go down if you woke up as like Deborah from accounting but in her wardrobe. Imagine it. You wake up, roll over, and bam! You're staring into the eyes of a complete stranger in the mirror wearing clothes you never thought you'd try. And guess what? They're just as confused as you are. Talk about a Monday morning surprise, am I right? So buckle up, buttercups, because we're about to break down the top 5 most likely challenges you'd face if you ever found yourself in this mind-boggling predicament. Okay, first things first. Let's be real. You wake up in someone else's body, what's the first thing you do? Scream? Faint? Burst into spontaneous interpretive dance? No judgment here, but I'm pretty sure a solid 99.9% of us would go into full-blown freak-out mode. I mean, can you imagine? Your brain's telling you you're you, but your reflection is like, nope, not today, buddy. Your hands are different, your hair feels weird, and don't even get me started on trying to walk in someone else's shoes, literally. It'd be like trying to parallel park a unicycle on a tightrope while juggling rubber chickens. Pure chaos. You'd probably run around their apartment like a headless chicken, bumping into furniture, tripping over pets, the whole shebang. You'd try to call for help, but then you'd realize, wait, what does my voice even sound like right now? It'd be a recipe for absolute, unadulterated pandemonium. And the worst part? No one would believe you. You try explaining to your family, your friends, maybe even your pet goldfish, but they'd all just stare at you like you'd sprouted a second head. Sure, Jan, you swapped bodies with the mailman. That's totally believable. It's enough to make you want to pull their hair out. So yeah, stage 1 of the body swap experience, pure, unfiltered panic. Okay, so you've survived the initial freakout. Congrats, by the way, you're officially part of the Body Swap Survivor Club. Now it's time for the real journey to begin, figuring out who in the world you actually are. Time to channel your inner Sherlock Holmes, people, because we're going full-on detective mode. First stop, the obvious ID check. You frantically search for a wallet, purse, driver's license, anything that can tell you who this new you is. You find it, squint at the picture, hopefully it's a good one, and bam, you've got a name. But that's just the tip of the iceberg, my friend. Next up, it's time to raid the closet. Are you preppy, sporty, shockingly stylish? This is where you really start to get a feel for your new identity. You try on clothes, strike a pose in the mirror, and maybe even do a little impromptu fashion show for the confused dog who's been watching this whole time. Hey, we all need an audience, right? But the real treasure trove of information? That's right, we're going digital. You grab their phone, after figuring out the password, of course, hopefully, it's not password 123, and dive headfirst into the digital rabbit hole. Social media, text messages, emails, it's all there, just waiting to be explored. It's like reading someone else's diary, but amplified by the power of the internet. Alright, so you've got a handle on your new name, you've raided the closet, and you've scrolled through enough social media to know who their best friends are, and who they secretly have a crush on. Oops, did I say that out loud? Now comes the truly terrifying part, navigating their daily life. First up, the dreaded job. Do you even know what they do for a living? Are you a brain surgeon, a rocket scientist, a professional cat meme maker? You better hope those social media deep dives gave you some clues, because you're about to become a master of improvisation. Then there's the whole family and friends situation. It's like walking onto the set of a sitcom you've never seen before. You're meeting their parents, trying to remember their siblings' names, and awkwardly laughing along to inside jokes you don't understand. It's a recipe for comedic disaster. But hey, at least someone's finding it funny, right? And don't even get me started on the whole romantic relationship thing. Imagine trying to be charming and romantic when you can't even remember the last time you had a decent conversation with this person. It'd be like trying to speak fluent Mandarin after taking one online class. By now, you've mastered the art of pretending to be someone you're not. You're rocking their work presentations, effortlessly navigating family dinners, and you've even managed to convince their significant other that you're just going through a phase. But here's the thing, you're not just dealing with their social life, you're also stuck with their, shall we say, set of personal habits. First up, the food. Are you a vegan now? Gluten-free? Maybe you're on a juice cleanse, which, let's be honest, is the real nightmare scenario. Suddenly, every meal becomes a game of culinary roulette. You're cautiously sniffing vegetables, trying to decipher ingredient lists, and praying you don't accidentally bite into something that sends you into anaphylactic shock. Then there are the hobbies. Maybe they're into extreme knitting, competitive thumb wrestling, taxidermy. Suddenly you're knee-deep in yarn, facing off against grandmothers with surprisingly strong thumbs or, stuffing dead animals. It's a wild and unpredictable world out there, people. And don't even get me started on the weird little quirks. Do they sleep with a nightlight? Do they talk in their sleep? Do they have a secret stash of gummy bears under their bed? These are the things you can't prepare for, the little details that slowly drive you to the brink of insanity. Okay, you've faced your fears, conquered the daily grind, and even developed a taste for kale smoothies. Okay, maybe not that last one. But let's be real, the novelty of being someone else has officially worn off. You miss your life, your body, your questionable life choices. It's time to switch back. But how? Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Time to channel your inner mad scientist because things are about to get experimental. First stop, the library, or the internet, because who am I kidding? You devour every book, article, and conspiracy theory about body swapping. You become a walking encyclopedia of mystical rituals, quantum physics, and questionable self-help advice. Then it's time to put that knowledge into action. You try everything: meditation, chanting, interpretive dance, again, no judgment. You even attempt to recreate the lightning strike that supposedly caused the whole body swap in the first place. Don't try this at home, kids. You track down long-lost relatives, consult with spiritual gurus, and maybe even make a deal with a shady street vendor who claims to have a magical amulet. Hey, at this point, you're desperate. Anything is worth a shot. And that, my friends, is a glimpse into the beautiful, chaotic, and utterly bizarre world of body swapping. We've laughed, we've cried, we've questioned our sanity, but most importantly, we've learned that maybe, just maybe, being ourselves isn't so bad after all. So the next time you're feeling down about your own life, just remember, it could always be weirder. You could be stuck in someone else's body, trying to figure out how to use a bidet, or explain to their cat why you're suddenly not a fan of belly rubs. Thanks for joining me on this ridiculous adventure. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe for more shenanigans, and let me know in the comments below what you would do if you woke up in someone else's body. Until next time, stay quirky.